18 WHB. He is the host of The Zone, and not only is he the host of The Zone, but he has been named one of the top 20 midday sports shows in the nation. Number 14 that he came in, but he's number 1 in Kansas City. So keep that in mind when you tune in on that radio dial. With us, the host of The Zone, with the power of radio and video, we've got Mr. Jason Anderson join us right now. Jason, what's going on with you?
What is up, Darren? I appreciate that intro, man.
Oh, if I'm gonna do it, I got to do it right.
That's right.
First of all, congratulations on the honor. That you all received.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Corey,
that. Yeah.
Along with Shane. What did that mean to you when you got it, or when you were notified about it?
I mean, I was surprised. I was taken aback. I was certainly appreciative of that, no doubt. But I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really cool that they recognized that. I think we do a pretty decent job. I think we try to have as much fun as possible, and there's different voting goes into that. So just simply being a part of it was pretty cool. It was pretty awesome. But yeah, it felt good for Shane and Corey as well, because they're just as big a part of the show as I am. So I was the only one that got credit online, but wanted to make sure that those guys, and I'm glad you mentioned them as well, that those guys are just as big a part of the show.
Oh yeah, and so looking at this, looking at this week in general, I know this is your second radio row. If I'm correct, second, yeah. So
it is. Yeah, I was down in Miami last year.
Yeah, so we were in Miami last year. We actually roomed together for the first a few nights. So obviously, night and day difference. So yeah. I wanted to get your perspective on Radio Row this time around.
I think it is. I think surreal is a word that I've used. Strange is a word that I've used. We broadcast from the Combine a couple of times. This has a Combine feel to it. Not as spread out, but 10, 15 stations that actually go. Not a Super Bowl. And we were counting the other day, whether it was Wednesday, Thursday, and then today, trying to figure out how many different stations at one particular time were actually here on location. All these tables all over the place, but stations, the most we came up with is 14. 14 is the most that we came up with to be able to broadcast at one particular time. It's crazy, just the difference there.
And what's interesting, of course, people who are watching online, as you can see behind me, it is like a ghost town. 42 tables here for 42 stations, but only, like you said, maybe 15 total that might come. And what's interesting is that there were some stations that I know I was here Monday, and a few other stations were here Monday. And then when you all came in on Wednesday, I know we were talking, thinking, well, maybe it's going to be more stations come in, Thursday, and because obviously you would think, well, no station's going to come there on a Friday just for a few hours. But
I thought today would be a little more popular.
Exactly.
A little more packed.
What's and the craziest part about it is that try to remind people, Friday of last year it was shoulder to shoulder. I mean, there was that literally thousands of people at the convention center to where you could just pull somebody to bring onto the air. This time around, it's like, well.
The other part of it, too, is if somebody was there and you had an interview with them in 3 minutes, you couldn't find them.
Yeah.
If you're looking around, he's like, where is he? I don't know. I mean, there's 1,000 people here. What do you mean, where is he? I don't know. He's a football player. He's the bigger guy. No, it's Don Beebe. He's the smaller guy. He blends in with everything. That's the thing. It's like there isn't anybody here. But if there were somebody here, you would be able to find them pretty quickly.
Oh, man, just got notification, and this is, I don't even know if you, former Kansas City Chief and pro wrestler Butch Reed passed away today.
Oh, I didn't know. That's
and it's sad for me because he was my next door neighbor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Facebook viewer just posted on it.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, that's just bad. Want to get your thoughts on Sunday's game. I'm presuming that you're going with the Chiefs.
I am. I'm gonna go with the better team, the better coach, and the better quarterback.
That's pretty much that in a nutshell.
Yeah, right. I know it's shocking that I would pick that particular team.
Now, give me your overall assessment, because I haven't pointed out the fact that I'm the only one at the station that picked Chiefs Bucks being in the Super Bowl matchup game.
Pretty good.
So, what are your what's your outlook? I know you got the Chiefs winning, but how do you assess the second time around?
I think it'll look a little bit more like the first half of the Bucs game than it did the second half of the Bucs game. I think this is a Chiefs team that's ready to go. I think they have been waiting for this moment all year long. I think that's a little bit of why they played close games at times. We talked with Mark Schlereth yesterday, and he actually specifically brought up, I just asked him, hey, how tough is it to repeat? Because they did it in 97, 98.
Right.
And he brought up on his own that he said, we had to fight boredom throughout the year. And I'm like, really? We've kind of mentioned that word, but I didn't say that word. You mentioned the word. And he was like, yeah, just sort of, we knew we were better than everybody. And we knew what our ultimate goal was, but it was like, get through this week, get through this week, get through this week. And it's, only human nature when you're like, we're much better than this team. How much do we really have to go out there, prepare and play? So I think we're going to see a Chiefs team that what was going to look like against the Browns before Mahomes got hurt did look like against the Bills, and I think they're going to do that against the Buccaneers as well. I think it's more the first half than it is the second half.
My theory on this, and look, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. People think it's going to be low, and I'm like, but the biggest thing for me is like, I think Patrick Mahomes has a huge game. I think he makes a second impression. Second time to make a first impression.
There you go.
And it's like, because he had 2 turnovers.
So a continuation of the fourth quarter last year.
Exactly.
Like
to where I think he comes. I think he has a 5-touchdown game. This
I wouldn't doubt it. I think they're ready to go. I think they're ready to go, and I think they're going to fire, and I think this is going to be the Chiefs take an early lead and hold them at bay.
That's why I got you on there. Good guy, Mr. Jason Anderson. Make sure you all tune in Sports Radio 810 WB. His break is coming up. He's going back on the air.
That's right.
Make sure you all tune in and listen to him. Thank you so very much, Jason.